Hey guys, how you doing? Coach Mitch here. Let's take a look at the port of entry with a vehicle and what happens in this scenario that you're going to see in a minute here. The officer is close to the driver having a quick conversation. Typically, they're asking things like where you coming from and where you going, are you an American citizen, things of that nature. And sometimes too, they get a little bit more further with the questions too. Are you bringing any vegetables? You bringing anything to declare? Things of that nature. The whole intent, it may seem casual, but it's not. You'll see when you're at the academy, they'll train you a certain way at the academy how to ask these questions, but they really have intent behind them. Now, this appears to be a casual conversation, but it's not. You guys are being trained to look, see, smell all the time while you're being casual about it. Nothing overt, nothing panicky. You see the CBP officer, just very normal and casual, but he's on alert. The first video is what I call casual but alert. It's awesome because this is a sign you see when you get to guys out there been this for like 4, 5, 10 years. They understand how it works. So the CBP officer looked like he was very relaxed and casual, right? But he's on alert. He's using his nose to smell things in the car, right? He's looking around a little bit there, here and there, He's done this many times. He's probably getting the main read from the driver, though, of course, right? So what do you mean by that? Well, this is also goes into my coaching program, too, because you'll see it. There are 2 questions like this as well to test you, because in the SI, you're going to have questions like that, okay? I prep you guys all the way. Anyway, so the video, though, he's taking everything, his cues, most of his cues from the driver. The driver's like looking all nervous around and shaky and stuff and so on and so forth, Or the driver's too relaxed, right? Maybe on some kind of DRUG, who knows, right? Either way, this guy's been at it for a long time, so he knows what he's doing, but this is part of your job. The scanning starts even before the vehicle gets up to you. You scan the vehicle before it comes up to you, right? That's your job. And there we go. Let's keep on going here. The trunk is the same way. In the trunk, you got to learn how to dig down deep, look at the sidewalls, look at the front, the back. People think they know how to search a trunk. You won't until you get to the academy. They'll show you how to really do it. But this is part of your job, too, to keep America safe. I think you can do this, right? Now we're going to get into what it looks like to scan a vehicle in secondary, at least some parts of the vehicle. And this is what I come back to every time to you guys, is the purpose of life, right? You could work the 9 to 5 if you want, help out 2 or 3 people, that's great. But if you have this real itching deep in your soul to become a CBP officer, this is what it's like in this clip here. They're really scanning this vehicle to make sure they don't bring anything into the country, and they're doing what? To keep the country safe. The purpose for your job is so much more larger than you. You keep the country safe. You truly are. And this is what I believe draws people to CBPO and BP and Secret Service. They want to serve the country. If this is you, watch the clip and check it out. I like the way these officers are on it, checking the vehicle. Look at him in the rear hub of the vehicle there. Really thorough checking. His partner's there as well, so they're double teaming, of course. They're a partnership here. The guy in the front's asking the driver some questions, of course. So here they are looking at the underside of the vehicle as well. This is really thorough work here. Just look at this again. It's really good work, very thorough. That's what you guys are going to be doing at the auto ports. Keeping the country safe. Incredible. This officer here, he's doing a really thorough job. This is what you're going to see when you guys start working at the international ports there. He is scanning for everything. Now he's going to have a conversation with the driver. He just did a minute ago. Here we go again with the mirrors. Look under the undercarriage where things are typically hidden. He's even inside the back area here of the vehicle. This officer is thorough, and this is what you guys must do every day as well at your job. Also, too, he's going to go back up front to talk to the driver again. There we go. You see, he's very thorough. Check the whole vehicle out. It's a really good job here. It's a great job, actually. The next clip is very important because you're going to see this CBP officer really go to work on these cars. Thorough inspections, communication to the driver. This is how you're going to be taught in the academy, how to actually scan a vehicle, how to talk to the driver, how to feel for hollow spaces in the car. You see him, he does a quick knock on the car. He knows what he's doing. He's looking at this vehicle inside and out and upside down even, right? He's looking everywhere. Pay attention to this because this is going to be, if you get an international port, right, for the automobiles, for the cars, it's going to be you. Okay, so pay attention, see what's going on here. So he's talking to the driver. He's asking for permission to get to the back of the vehicle. And so there he goes. Watch what he does here, guys. There we go. Now he has access. He's going to check and check and check. Looking through everything. Maybe something hidden. Maybe someone hidden. People checking. There he goes again to another vehicle. Same thing. Making sure it's clear. The mirror there to check the undercarriage. He is really on top of this. This guy is really, really thorough. And this is what you're going to learn at your academy, the same thing. That checks out for hollow points in the vehicle, hollow parts in the car to hide stuff, contraband, and things of that nature. You guys are going to have some pretty cool technology as well to help you out to do your job more effectively, but he's really on this. It's a good training video for you guys. This will be at your academy, and you're also going to do this in real life. So let's get ready for it now. That's just a small part of what you'll be doing at CBPO. It's very cool, the variety of jobs you'll have, the exposures you'll be exposed to, the experiences you're going to gather. But it's pretty exciting to be out there guarding the country in that fashion. You are the actual human screener to keep us safe. But it all starts from the structured interview. This is why I'm so hard to use, why I teach it the way I teach it, because some of those scenarios you see being done in real life, I'm testing you in the structured interview because you're going to get the same test in the actual interview. So we can't get there to that part where you're inspecting actual vehicles until you get past the situational interview part, right? The structured interview. Watching 2 or 3 people watching you, right? Answering questions the right way. This is why there's no way you can study the civilian way of interviewing and pass that interview. Civilians do not inspect cars. They don't carry sidearms usually. They don't carry badges usually, right? So that doesn't make sense to prepare for the federal level law enforcement interview with a civilian mindset. And this is why I help you to understand this whole process. It's not civilians at all. Understand? All right, let's keep on going. Watch the video. As you can see, a lot of this is about doing thorough searching, talking to the drivers, talking to the passengers, understanding the vibe from the driver. Yeah, that's the sixth sense we talk about in the coaching as well. Also, too, the questions you're going to get are questions like this, too. You know, what would you do if the driver had this or that? I mean, also to this also applies to inside the airport, not just outside the in the vehicle ports there. But a lot of this is watch what he's doing. Just take a view of what he's doing and understand this. So you can see a lot of that searching going on, asking questions. That all ties back to the structured interview phase. This is why they're so hard on you at the structured interview, because they want you to know at least some of the job before you walk into the interview process. Now, in my one-on-one coaching, I teach you this. I'll show you how to answer those questions. Basically, you're getting prepared for the academy and for the job via the structured interview, because they're going to ask you questions like that in the structured interview. I tell people this all the time, yet they're walking into these interviews thinking it's going to be a civilian type interview. It is not. So keep on watching this video here. Let's talk. Okay, so in the video here coming up, look at what he's doing with the mirror. So what if that were you? And you're the CBP officer and you find something under the van. There are 5 points you must immediately take part in. This is covered in my situational interview coaching. You're shown how to handle these kind of questions because the same question will come at you at the situational interview in reality. Again, this is why time and time again, people walk into these interviews with a civilian mindset and they get pow right out of there because they're not ready for it. You're walking into a federal level law enforcement situational interview with a civilian mindset, thinking where you're gonna be in 5 years, what's your strength and what's your weakness, and no one gives a darn about none of that crap. They have hard answer questions for you about this kind of scenario. If you guys want to get through this process, you want to pass the SI, you want to keep on going, I have a 90.4% success rate. I'm doing this for almost 7 years now. Get it to my calendar and I'll show you how to do it. But think though, what would you do if that were you and you found something below that car, under that car carriage that doesn't belong there? What do? 5 points. And we got to talk about our partners also in law enforcement. Look how these two work together. One's under the hood, checking things out. The one is with the driver. It's just really good work here. I want you to see how this works, why the partnership is so important. If you're the type A kind of person, very organized, this is a career for you. They're even checking out the engine block. I mean, that's really amazing. I like to see this. I like showing you guys how this works, how thorough they are, but they're also professional and nice as well, but they are really on it. Talking about good search procedures, good search work, good teamwork there. It's good stuff here. So I hope you liked the video, you guys. I really want to show you what they do at the auto entry areas for CBP so you can get a good idea of what it's like. This is why it's exciting, because you're on the front line. I mean, you really are there screening, keeping us safe, checking for everything you want to check. You can do that. That's your power. I mean, that's got to be one of the most satisfying occupations in the world. I worked law enforcement, as you know, for many years, military as well for many years, but I never got to work CBP, and that would just be, to me, pretty awesome, you know? So, you guys, if you want to get through the structured interview process, of course, to get to that point there where you actually keep the country safe, we got to get through the SI first. Take that small investment in me down below, get into my calendar, we'll keep on going. You'll get 20 to 30 years of a great career, a great life, and doing something much more larger than you. When people ask you, what do you do? And you tell them that, first thing they should say to you is thank you for your service. That's what you should hear first. And then the conversation should go as you want it to go. But it's an awesome career, guys. Awesome. I'll see you guys later. Subscribe, please. And thank you very much. And continue your mission. Bye-bye.